been tweeting today, directed at the whistleblower, directed at so many people. I frankly think that based on this and all we've seen him do before, including attacking members of Congress, that he frankly his Twitter account should be suspended. He is irresponsible with his words in a way that could result in harm to other people. And so the privilege of using those words in that way should probably be taken from him. Should probably be taken from him. Should probably be taken from him. He has lost his privileges and it should be taken down. And the bottom line is that you can't say that you have one rule for Facebook and you have a different rule for Twitter. The same rule has to apply, which is that there has to be a responsibility that is placed on these social media sites to understand their power. They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight or regulation.
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
I know you wrote to Twitter and the CEO, Jack Dorsey, and asked him to take away the president's Twitter handle, his account. How is that not a violation of free speech? I mean, the president has the same rights that you have, that I have, and how would that not just be a slippery slope?
I've heard that argument, but here's the thing, Jake. First of all, a corporation, which is what Twitter is, it does not have it has obligations, and in this case, Twitter has terms of use policy. And their terms of use dictate who receives the privilege of speaking on that platform and who does not. And Donald Trump has clearly violated the terms of use, and there should be a consequence for that. And there should be a consequence for that. Not to mention the fact that he has used his platform, being the President of the United States, in a way that has been about inciting fear and potentially inciting harm against a witness to what might be a crime against our country and our democracy. And for that reason, I do believe that it's clear that he has violated the terms of use, and I'm asking that Twitter does what it has done in previous occasions, which is to revoke someone's privilege. And you look at what.
Since when free speech was a privilege? I want to say shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in this gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit. It says, Elon Musk, RFK Jr. fears Kamala Harris will harm free speech. And basically what they had was this guy, Tim Walz, which they called him the penny something. And you have Kamala Harris, and what are the chances that she choose a low-life degenerate to be her running mate? Which, this is all smoke and mirrors, man. We've been telling you, Jakes, from the get-go that when these people assume identities of power, then things were going to become more draconian. Because the reality of it is, really all these talking points, it's at the end of the day, it's really all geared into shutting down the truth. Okay, you got guys like Donald Trump, and you have men like Alex Skull and Bone Jones. You have all these other, redacted, and you have Elon Musk and all these people that's supposed to be fighting for your civil rights or your freedom rights of speech. But it's really all an attack on truth, because they pass certain policies and they push certain movements and political agendas to play off people's emotions. And then, of course, you're going to have opposition to that, which is paid opposition, which is going to create an emotional response in unstable people to the point of harm. So what they can come back and justify and say, well, see that your words are inflammatory, and they're going to incite riots, and they're going to incite people to commit suicide and all types of manner of wickedness, right? So this is all them playing both sides of the fence. I mean, her own words, she basically just stated that there's a privilege to speak what you want to speak. But wait a minute, man. I thought according to your constitution, the one that you have to swear in, because once you are inaugurated, you have to swear to keep an oath to the Constitution of the United States, which they don't do. So, long story short, she's saying freedom of speech is basically a privilege and an honor instead of a right, which shows you that this current administration, which me personally, I don't know if there's going to be an election. Okay, because hands down, she can't win it. You know, she's not gonna. I mean, hands down, if it was just an election or a selection on a foundational basis of certainly on both sides, she would lose hands down because nobody is really a fan of her but black women and homosexuals. So, I mean, she's gonna lose the election if it comes down to that. So, the only how she can get in office is if they create some type of black swan event from today on forward up until that time, or if they cheat and put her in there, which they're likely to do. Because honestly speaking, even though she's not qualified to be a leader of a corporation, she has the draconian mindset that the elites are looking for to roll on the men of the Lord and anybody that's speaking truth. Okay, she wants to shut down parts of the internet. You know, she wants to basically censor people that's speaking out against anything that they're doing, like their agendas, you know, their pestilence and the things that they've been getting over on the people for the last fucking 100 years. They don't want those to be talking points anymore. So when she assumes the president of the United States, if she wins, then long story short, she's going to start to slowly but for surely ban certain privileges on social media. So you're Hebrew Israelite, you speaking out against this society, eventually they're going to come for you. Okay, they showed you that in the UK. Basically, not the FBI, but their equivalent of their government agencies was rolling on people based on posters they was putting online about what they felt what was happening during the border crisis and those protesters that erupted over there about a month and a half ago. People were speaking on what was really going on, and you know they was rolled on by the authorities. They even showed parts of that here in the United States when I believe it was a lady that posted something on Facebook, and the fucking FBI showed up at her door, asking her what she was posting. So you got to be careful on these social media sites. You brothers out there that may be on Facebook and Instagram or whatever platform you on, you know, this is why the apostles warned us about being on those platforms and pushing the truth on those platforms, because I mean, eventually, you know, they gonna know who you are, which they know who we all are, you know. But YouTube is the primary form of way we get this truth out. But long story short, the famine of the word, the famine of the word is getting ready to set and forth throttle in. Sooner than later, we're not going to be able to go out there on the streets or even upload videos to our accounts because they're going to put certain methods in place to keep us from speaking. They're going to want to ban us off of it, you know, and it's going to be punishable up to fines, arrest, and even death even, because this thing is getting ready to come down the pipe. All right. And she's the one, she's talking a language, man. So in many ways, I'm actually hoping that she do fucking win. You know why? Because honestly speaking, she's going to be the one fulfill prophecy, if that is the case. You know, yeah, it may be kind of upsetting. Oh, is she going to take away? All right, look, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck about this place? You know, it's prophetic. You know, it was set up this way. So it's just like Jake mad because she's going to get in. But honestly speaking, whether her or Trump gets in, the same outcome is going to be America's going to be destroyed. And hey, I'm cool with either way. Whether her or Trump gets in, it really don't make me no difference, because we're going to do what we do regardless. So this is you people, you're through. So I was reading some of the comments and it says misinformation equal information they don't like. Absolutely. When people was breaking down a whole 2020 ordeal and how, you know, it was all a simulation and they was playing on people's mindsets to get them to do things that was not satisfactory to their bodies and their livelihoods, they was basically banning people's accounts. They were taking down videos, you know what I'm saying? All types of shit, man. You was getting ostracized. People was looking at you like you was crazy. It was just a shit show. Okay, it says, so basically, if it's not information they want you to know, they don't want you speaking on it. Yeah, control. It's all about ultimate control. That's all it's ever been about with these people. You know? And it reads, it says, because they don't want you speaking on it, but people are paying attention, so now they can't get out of what they don't want us to know. And it says, dictator, what the hell? But you know, the crazy part about it is all these people in here is acting all surprised, like we haven't told you that this was coming. Okay, we warned you people that this was coming, and we've been saying it for fucking, the apostles been breaking this down. There's going to come a time that you're not going to be able to speak the words of the Heavenly Father, man, or anything that's exposing these demons. Okay? It says, I would think a lawyer will understand what the First Amendment is. Well, the problem is they don't care about that. Okay, they've already done away with your First Amendment rights. Okay, during the time of the Nuevo Once, that done away with your rights right there, because now basically they declared every United States citizen the T word. So I mean, what the hell y'all thought? You know, people in here mad about it. I mean, shit. Regardless of it, she's doing exactly what the elites want her to do, and you people, you gonna fall for it because you don't have a fucking backbone. You know, which is gonna lead to eventually insurrections against the government, because if she gets selected, then you're gonna have pockets of civil war. People are gonna go batshit crazy, and they ain't gonna give a fuck. So this is the beginning of the end. Well, this is the beginning of the end, because we've been in the end for some time, but we're getting ready to start to see things to move pretty quickly. Okay, so this is the book of Revelation 13, and I'm gonna start at verses 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. These are the political systems. Okay, she's speaking in soft and swelling words like she's all for the people, and she's saying things like, well, you know, we don't want people to be offended, or we're for the betterment of the people. And they keep throwing that word democracy out there, which America is not a fucking democracy. Okay, the people don't have a choice in a damn thing. The fact that you're paying a tax or income tax and you're being taxed on Social Security, shit that you're not even going to get when you get older, plays a telltale sign of that this is not a democracy. In fact, this is a communism. Okay, this is a dictatorship. Ain't nothing democratic about American but the fact that you allow people to be degenerates, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. But it reads, it says, he had 2 horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. Yeah, that's that draconianism. Because when you go into the Greek word dragon, it goes into drakon, or drakon, or drakon, or drakon, which means a great dragon, serpent, or name for Satan, which that's off, okay? This is going into an Athenian lawgiver, which you go back into Athens, Greece. You had a guy by the name of Drakon, which basically penalized people for the smallest crimes. He gave them the maximal sentence. So, like I said, if you stole a candy bar, or if you jaywalk, they'll give your ass the full extent of the law. And this is where this coming back down to. Okay, you exposing a new world order. They want a world without thinkers. Okay, they say we just want a nation of workers and not thinkers. They don't want anybody opposing their views, or anybody that's going to challenge them on their authority, or anything that's going to establish righteousness, because they want to do away with the concept of a God. Okay, you better believe that they're licking their chops to get us, because all this is really circumvented around the men of the Lord. Okay, Alex Skull and Bone and Glenn Beck and, Redacted, all these men are just plants that's put into place to bring out the light of the truth. So when the actual men of the Lord speak these things, that can be a negative talking point. And that's what it's always been about. Okay, it's chess. And it says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, which is the Roman Empire, and it caused the earth and them to dwell in, that dwell, it says, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And right now we're in the revival of the Roman Empire, because right now America follows the same structure as the ancient Roman Empire, man. This is why the scholars even agree that this is the last leg of the Roman Empire, which is set to be destroyed at the coming of Yahushua. And if we know these things, we just got to hold on to our faith, man, because that's really what it boils down to, faith. Because yeah, they're gonna do certain things, they're gonna try to demonize you, they're gonna try to persecute you, they're gonna try to bully you into accepting a new world order. But if you got faith in your house, then you ain't gonna fold under that fucking bullshit, man. Because I'm like, nah, I straight up tell them go fuck off. Like I don't really care. I don't care. And that's the mindset we have to have. But we understand for prophecy's sake, we know how this thing is gonna move, man, and you have to be circumspect. Okay, so you brothers out there that's chopping it up on the gram and all that other shit, hey man, just be careful on what you're doing, because your bite gotta be bigger than your bark, man. You post the information and you profit on Instagram or whatever. So when they come in your crib and banging on your door and asking you to, what's the whole purpose of this, then you can't be on no, oh, I ain't on that. Nah, bro, they know you on that. Motherfucker, they been watching you. They out there doing that grass shit. All right. So anyway, let's go from here to the book of Isaiah 10. verses 1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. A decree is a law. Okay, this is a total unrighteous decree because she's basically stating that, oh, well, he needs to be banned. Well, how about they ban you for all your lies and your bullshit and your deception? You know, what about all them jigs you threw away for minor offenses under the 3 strikes law? What about that? What about your lies and shit? What about the fact that you're allowing kids to get sex changes? And what about also your line about the whole thing in 2020, you know, and how it was saving people's lives and all this other shit? Shouldn't you be put away for that? You know, see, that's a lot of hypocrisy among these people. You know, like we say, that's the pot calling the kettle black. There's a bunch of hypocrisy among Esau, man. And this is why you devils had to be taken down. Okay, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was watching the movie Rebel Ridge last night with that guy. What's this guy's name, man? His name is, forgot the guy, but tall Jake, the brown eyes, all the women like him and shit. I was watching the movie Rebel Ridge, and that showed me exactly why this devil has to be put down. Okay, he has to be taken out of power. I mean, to the point they shook Jake down, he took his money, and they killed his cousin. You know? All over some bullshit, because that's just how the devil operates. Because like I said, this is all really gearing towards the truth. Okay, they're trying to shut us up. They don't give a damn about, what's this guy's name? David Hogg. They don't care about these whistleblowers because they're paid to do this shit. You know? They don't care about all the manosphere. These are all controlled opposition. The only one that's not controlled is the Israelites, man. And I say some of us because I'm starting to find out that a lot of these Israelite groups are compromised, man. All right, but it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Yeah, and that's a grievous law. Okay, telling somebody that they can't say a certain thing. Like, I mean, who the fuck are you to infringe on people's rights? If somebody want to say something, or they can say what the hell they want to say, you know. Scriptures do say a soft answer turn away wrath, but at the same time, you a man, you speak your piece, and hey, you be ready to deal with what you got to deal with. But they want to shut you up completely, okay, because they don't want to be exposed, but it's too late. The water is already out of the pot, and once water spills, it turns into a different element. You can't put it back in the pot because, like Bruce Lee said, he said the water becomes the cup. So if the cup spills it over, then the water, it pretty much it shadows, or it's like a chameleon to whatever environment is in. You know, eventually, if it spills on the ground, the carpet is going to absorb it, or if it spills on the floor, then it's going to evaporate into thin air, which is another form of water. So you can't put that back in the cup. Once it spills, it's done. And that's with the truth. The truth is oil. The truth is already out the bag, so it's nothing that you people can do about it, okay? But push frivolous laws on people. And it says that turn aside the needy from judgment. The needy is our people, okay? And they don't want our people understanding their history. And they don't want our people to know that there's a savior coming back to deliver them, man. Okay. And it says here to turn away the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Yeah, and that's our people. Okay. Our people are the fatherless, because Jake is orphanized right now. The fathers are barely there, and then the Heavenly Father has turned his back on the nation of Israel for a period of time until he comes back to redeem us. Okay, but Esau Edom, what does he do? He writes crazy laws that throw you in jail if you speak out against them. And this is the time we coming into. Okay, brothers, we coming into the time that what we speak about will be illegal, and it will be grounds to lock you up, because they can say, well, look, you guys are committing high treason. You're supposed to be citizens of the United States, but yet you're speaking ill against your country and saying this. We can be called treasonous, and you know the penalty for treason. Okay, they can lock your ass up, and they can actually give you the death penalty if they want to. So a lot of things are getting ready to come down the pipe. If this bitch gets in office, she's going to do a lot of things to try to shut us up. And that's fine, man, because at the end of the day, all you devils are going into captivity. No matter what the fuck you do to us, we still going to win at the end of the day. And they know that. So let them do what the hell they want to do. It's prophetic. There ain't nothing to be afraid of. Just keep teaching. And let the Lord protect us, because the Lord is getting ready to show his hand on the right-hand side, and he's getting ready to shut this shit down. So we ain't worried about it. Okay? You people need to be worried about it, because you people are getting ready to be cast out of your homes and thrown in detention centers and homeless and losing your jobs, and you're getting ready to get all types of shit put in you that's going to make you something other than what you were born with. You people getting ready to catch all types of L's, man. All right, you getting ready to catch the L's. We've been catching our L, you know. But it says, woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. That's this bitch right here. And not only her whole administration. Okay, like she got that fanboy Tim Walz. That dude is a complete piece of shit. You know, here they supposed to be trying to protect the innocent and the children, but yet these fuckers here got kids all in they fucking, they got kids lined up for days that they do things that's not practical with. And I'll say it that way. Okay, you don't think that she's involved? You don't think that she was listed in the whole Epstein shit? Well, all these motherfuckers, man, Trump, all them motherfuckers are in bed with each other, man. Okay, it's all getting ready to come out, you know? But anyway, it says there's a difference between free speech and free speech absolutism. It says she thinks this is a dictatorship. Yeah, it is a dictatorship. It says you should be in jail for not securing the borders and allowing those immigrants to come in. It says there's a lot of blood on your hands, woman. What about the hit and run you did to that little girl? Well, see, this is the point. The scriptures say they're like the deaf adder that stop at their ear. So you can bring out these offenses on them, but they ain't gonna acknowledge it. It's gonna be like you never said it. You can bring up everything this bitch is guilty of, and at the end of the day, she will blow it off like you ain't even say nothing to her, and she'll continue to ramble on. But the minute you do something, they're gonna throw your ass in jail. They'll fine you, they'll make your life miserable, they'll take away your goods. It's just a big inconvenience. You know, and that's really all it's about, because you Americans have learned to thrive on convenience, so you're getting ready to come into an inconvenient time. You know, but it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. It says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Yeah, they got the power. The scriptures say that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So you a fool if you think that you're living under a righteous order. Okay, if you're not living under a righteous order and you're living under a wicked order, then what can you expect? You can't expect, the scriptures say, who can make a straight thing, who can make a crooked thing straight. Okay, because you people, you're so engrossed in darkness to the point you really think you were living in a fucking glorious society. This is an evil kingdom. So you're going to have evil people. You're going to have evil people that write fucked up laws. You know, you people, oh my God, how can they do this? What the hell you mean? The man is the devil. He can do it all the hell he wants. He can do what the fuck he want to do. You're not under the rule of God right now. You ain't under the rule of Yahweh Shai. This is Esau's rulership. He doesn't operate with the notion of Yahweh Shai. He does the complete opposite. Okay, he rules his play. He rules his rule. He rules completely opposite to what the Lord told him to do. So this is why the Most High is getting ready to put hands on his ass, man. You know? And it says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And like I say, the whole talking points they want to stop is who are the Israelites. Okay? They say it in a roundabout way, but they cannot come out and straight up say it, because for the simple fact, people are gonna start to say, wait a minute, man, maybe these niggas on the corner with these dresses on or with these robes on were actually speaking the truth. Maybe they wasn't crazy after all. They can't give us the credibility that we gonna get. So they have to target guys like these YouTube content creators and Twitter, Elon Musk, which Elon Musk supposed to be buying YouTube now. So we gonna see how that's gonna work. Another psyop, man. Because when he buys that and people start coming out of the woodwork and speaking all this truth, then hey, that put people in a domino bag, man. Because now they can start targeting people like, okay, bam, bam, he said that. Like when you watch places like Redacted and they show you, well, we're selling this herb, we're selling this and that. Yeah, they may be good and beneficial to the body, the shit that they're selling, but the minute you buy that shit, they gonna put your ass on a list and they gonna like, okay, so he's all about this. This is what he's about. It's all a setup, man. You know, but we ain't worried about it because we know what it is. Psalms 94, and I'm gonna start at verses 20. It says, should the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which framing mischief by law? They frame mischief by law, giving women rights. That's fucking mischief, man. Okay, letting kids change who they change their natural order. That's the mischief, man. That's grievousness, but yet they make it law. You can't speak out of giving Mo's rights or Sugar Boy's rights. You know, Nambla, shit like that. That's framing mischief by law, man. Because when it becomes law to land, no matter how wicked it is, you can't go against it. Because if you go against it, they gonna say, well, you breaking the law. Okay, prime example, I just saw Tyreek Hill get pulled out the car by some Ishkarite cops. All because he like, why y'all banging on my window? And they just went full-fledged draconian on him, man. Which Tariq Hill is a nigga any goddamn way. But the point about it is they had no right to be beating on that man and doing what they did to him because he didn't do shit. He has a right to act. What the fuck? He don't have to show you his ID. He don't have to do that. You can't tell somebody, well, show me your fucking driver's license or I'm going to take you to jail. What law that says I have to show my driver's license? That's not no fucking law. But they bully people into these things, and then you don't. Then they'll threat you by gunfire, man. They'll kill you, and that scares people. And this is the type of rule they coming with, to the point it ain't gonna be no stop and frisk. It's gonna be stop and pow pow, where they gonna throw you in jail. They gonna beat the shit out you. Okay, these troops, when they come door to door, they not gonna knock on the door and say, "Hey, can we talk to you for a minute?" They ain't doing that, man. They kicking in the door, and if they decide to put one in your head, that's what they gonna do. So this is the time we coming in too, man. It's getting ready to get real graphic out here, man. All right, but anyway, I'm gonna end it here to the next lesson. All praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you are edified into the next lesson.